welcome back to Ben's Garage. 1st of April, April Fools. I don't know if April Fools you can still do it after midday. Anyway, this isn't a joke video or anything like that. Today we're going to do solar stats. The numbers have come in for March. I know a few of you are interested in our little solar setup and what have you. So for March, I'll just run through some numbers and then we'll go and have a quick look on the EDF app and the GrowWatt app for the inverter behind me over my shoulder. So in total for March we consumed 301.7 kilowatt hours of electricity, which is quite low really. It's only a small house, there's only 2 of us plus 2 dogs, you know, they need heat as well. Out of that 301.7, only 73 kilowatt hours was imported from EDF. 228.7 kilowatt hours we produced ourselves. So March was our best month so far on solar. So our EDF bill for March, as it stands on the app, it's €30, which 17 euros of that is the abonnement, which is a standing charge, and our actual usage, the electric we use and the electric we pay for, is 13 euros. So compared that to March last year, we are right down. So far this system it's going to pay for itself, and with the price of electric going up, I know in France it's not going up as much. I know in the UK a lot of you are going to get clobbered from the 1st of April. I was talking to my brother the other day and he showed me that what his bills are and what they're estimated to be, and it was like mind-boggling, you know. But there you go, what can you do about it? But, anyway, today isn't a great day for solar. I'll tell you what we're doing at the moment. Batteries at 63%, which on a day like today, it's snowing out there. The Hobbit had to go outside this morning and brush the snow off the panels. It was quite a bit icy, but the panels do work quite well. Once the sun gets on them, it does melt quite quick and it runs off. The house is pulling 280 watts and we've got 260 watts coming in on the panels. It's clouded over at the minute, it's just started snowing again. But this morning we did have quite a good bit of sun. But as I say, the panels, first thing, there was a bit covered in snow, then say the Hobbit brushed it off and it picked up, and then the sun came out and it was quite good. So we did get up quite a bit on the old battery. I don't know if it's going to clear up a bit this afternoon. It looks like it's set for the day. Obviously it's not a great day for solar. We did import some from the grid for charging the batteries last month. That we'll show you that on the app. But March as a whole was really good. There was days where the batteries were getting to 100% and the Hobbit kept looking at the GrowWatt app saying, oh, we've only done so many kilowatt hours. What? Hey?
You said GrowWatt app?
Yeah, for the inverter.
Is it GrowWatt?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's the make of it.
It's alright. Thinking.
Bloody interrupting, I've lost where I am now.
Sorry.
God.
Kept looking at it because you were getting to 100.
Yeah, the battery was getting to 100 and the Hobbit was looking at the GrowWatt app on her iPad saying, oh, we've only done so many kilowatt hours, what else can we use? So she was coming in here making cups of tea, you know, because the load that was cut, or the load we was putting on the system was getting covered by the panels and it wasn't even touching the batteries. That's how we want it to be, which is why we're going to be adding more panels this year, hopefully during the summer. We don't know if the Hobbit's going to be working this year, so that might make things a little bit tight. The cost of fuel at the moment has gone through the roof. Heating oil as well. So I'm in the process of doing quite a bit of research into electric boilers, and I know they're not very a good thing if you're paying for your electric. But if we can generate our own electric to power an electric boiler, it could save us money in the long run, because as it stands, to fill our oil tank up, we're looking at €1,800 or thereabouts, which is a lot of money. No, it's gone from €1,000 to fill it right up to it's nearly double. And we could probably get an electric boiler for less than that, and then we could plumb it into the system that we've already got. We've got a wet radiator system. It's a sealed system. It's not vented. Electric boiler we'll just plumb straight into. We can take the oil boiler out, plumb the electric one in. I'm just a bit concerned that some of them are quite high kilowatt hours or quite high kilowatts. You can adjust the settings. I've just found one, but that's a big research thing going on at the moment, because obviously we're coming to the end of the winter. We was thinking, obviously we're in a bit of a cold spell at the moment, but we need to get something in place for next year. Whether we just have to bite the bullet, fill up the tank with oil again, and then try and do something the year after, or if we can get something in place and get a boiler in during the year so it's ready for winter. I've just been looking at one, and you can the minimum power going in is 1 kilowatt, and it goes up in 1.5 kilowatts increments, 6 stages of power. So that might be an option, because at the moment we've only got 5 kilowatts on the inverter. We are planning to get a second one, so that'll give us 10 kilowatts. That's all to come. More panels, more batteries, and an electric boiler. Somebody did mention in the comments, or no, sent me an email actually, asking about a ground source heat pump. The cost of that at the moment is, although it's a good idea, in theory, that suits new builds better that are more insulated. This house is stone and brick walls that are not insulated. The loft, we've got 200mm insulation in it, front and back. The Hobbit started insulating under the floor. The ground source heat pump is very low temperature compared to the oil fired heating we've got at the moment. So I've been looking into it, but the expense, obviously digging up the garden's not a problem. We've got the digger, we can do that ourselves. Running the pipe out there is probably not going to be expensive, and you can pick up a boiler. It's sort of like an all-in-one thing, a pump and a boiler all in one, for a couple thousand perhaps, but because it runs at a lower temperature it might not be suitable for this house. Lots of research to do. If you've got any comments about heating ideas, at the moment we've got 5 kilowatts on the inverter, 2,500 watts on the panels on a good day, and 7 kilowatt hours of storage on the batteries. We're looking to expand that, but I know the government's trying to phase out oil, but you know. Anyway, let's have a look at these apps in the other room and see what the actual details are. So here's today's solar. Look, we've done 2.4 kilowatt hours today. The battery is at 63%. The solar coming in is not powering the house at the moment. That's 235. The panels are giving off 220, or we're pulling in 226 from the panels. So we are pulling 39 watts out of the battery. It's to be expected. This is obviously today's solar and our peaks. Obviously these ones are the kettle. Looks like we've only had 3 cups of tea today. We're on 43 trees. We've reduced forestation. Now this is all since our solar installation has been in, so that's from December last year. 770 kilograms of CO2 has been reduced. We've reduced deforestation by 43 trees, and we've saved 310 kilos of standard coal, which is, pretty good. So we'll just have a quick look back through March quickly. This was the last day of March. The blue one is the solar curve. Obviously that was quite broken yesterday. Sun was in and out. Same as the day before that. And the day before that. Oh, we're having a bit of a job load in this one. This one we've sort of almost got a bit of a solar curve. It wasn't quite covering the load there. That's obviously when the water heater went on. That's a lovely curve. Look at that, up at the bottom, gets to a certain point, and then there's no loads, batteries are full up, it drops straight off. So 11.6, 11.2, 12 kilowatt hours. As you can see, it comes up lovely. When there's no load, it drops straight off. 12.5, 10.1 kilowatt hours. If you look on the top left, it tells you how many kilowatt hours we've actually done in a day. 9.3, 9.8, 5.6. Here you can see we charged up the batteries off the grid. And it started up there. Look, that was a pretty poor day for solar. 6.6, 7.4, not bad. We've charged up there, look. That was quite a bad one, 2.9, 6.4, 4.1, 9.5, 8.2, 12.2. Now somewhere along it, 16.9 kilowatt hours. But that does include, this is not what we've pulled in, because that includes a 1.9 of, we did 15 kilowatt hours of solar storage there, look. That was a fantastic day. It's a shame that we charged up on that little spot there, but it gave us all that for the day. It's pretty much like that throughout March. So we'll have a look at that's today's. This is March so far, April so far. This is March. So obviously this day here, 15 kilowatt hours. 12.2. You know, March was a fairly good month. So here we can see January 205.7, February 187.5, March 228.7. Right, now we'll have a look at the EDF app. So here we have the EDF app. I don't know why it's not showing up last year, but anyway, this is this year. Oh, it's probably because, no. This is our yearly. Let's have a look at that. 2019, this is when we bought the house. 2654 kilowatts. 2020, our first year of living here full time, 5,245 kilowatt hours. 2021, 4,008. So far this year, we've done 308 kilowatt hours. So let's go to the monthlies. So here we go. This is when we started solar. December 201, 122 for January, 113 for February, March 73 kilowatt hours. So in money, that is 49, 37, 37 and 30. That 30 probably will change because EDF have got a habit of doing that. This new thing now, you can click on it and it tells you how much CO2 basically you've saved. Their adverts are their websites are so crap. Here we go. So it tells you where our energy comes from. Almost 80% is nuclear. 12.2% is renewable energies, green, wind turbine, solar and hydro stations. And only 8.9% of our electric from EDF comes from fossil fuels, which is quite good, really. So up here you can see, it's gone. 7.3 kilowatt hours equals 4 kilograms of CO2 emissions, which compared to May last year, we're at 23 kilograms. That's pretty good, I believe. So let's click back on euros. So we'll just come down here, click on March. Now you'll see our bill is 30 euros for the month of March. Only 13 euros of that is electric we've used. The rest is a standing charge. Robbing bastards. Now EDF are also in a habit of charging too much. They set a standard monthly charge for you, even though we're on a smart meter. They can tell exactly how much electric we're using. We can tell how much we're using. What was our standing fee? 80?
81 at the minute.
A month.
Yeah.
So our standard set direct debit is €81 a month, and it's been that for a while. And we've not used that a month, so you build up a bit of credit. So the Hobbit says I can go into that and change that so that we pay monthly what we use. So she got in touch with them. Yeah, we can settle that, but they want to charge us €144 because they estimate what you're using. I don't know over what time period, but they estimate it, split it all up over the months, and then that's what you pay, a charge. And then if you're in credit at the end of the year, you're in credit. And if you owe them money, they take it out of your bank without you telling you. They've done that to us once before. They charged us. They took €400 out of the bank. Luckily, we had the money in the bank. Otherwise, we'd have been up shit creek. But there you go. No emails, no notifications that they was taking it. It just went. So they want to charge us €144 for the privilege of stopping that standard monthly charge of €81 a month, even though we're using less than half of that. So we've got that one-off payment, and then we'll be in credit again. So once we've used that credit up, we'll be paying a monthly bill of what we're actually using. And the aim is to get that as low as possible. Hopefully, this time next year, we could potentially be off grid if it all works out. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen yet because, as I mentioned before, the price of fuel, just for travelling in a car, the Hobbit's work relies a lot on tourism, and if people can't afford to travel because they're having to pay out on energy bills and the cost of travel is going to be quite expensive, the Hobbit won't be working as much as we'd hoped. But we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Any spare money we're obviously going to put into savings and try and upgrade our system. And yeah, so that's it for my little rant and our March solar stats. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.